Welcome to Beyond the Campfire, the Dead by Daylight podcast, where we dive into the stories, secrets, and strategies behind the horrors and heroes within the fog. I'm Dogbomb, and I'm joined, as always, by Lemonlicious. Hello, Lemon.
Hello, Dogbomb.
Hello, how are you this week?
I am much better than last week. Thank you.
Excellent.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad that you're much, much better.
How has your week been?
My week has been okay, I think. Chaos Shuffle has ended.
Hooray!
And we have new content. We have a new killer, the first.
The first, yes.
And we have new survivors, Dustin and 11. We have the Stranger Things second chapter. It's been an interesting and exciting week. Lots of new things to learn, how to learn to play against and as the new killer.
It almost sounds like you've been sitting up all night playing DBD.
Pretty much. That's the long and short of it. Have you tried the new killer? Have you tried the new survivors?
I have played against the new killer, yes.
Okay.
Have I played as the new survivors? No.
You haven't?
Have I? I don't think I have.
That's the question that I'm asking you. Have you?
I don't think I have. Did I have a game as Dustin? I'm not sure.
I have all the achievements, and
Wow.
I'm back to 2 achievements again. It's the stinky 2 achievements that I haven't got yet.
So you have done all the Stranger Things achievement?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There were like, what, 3 or 4?
There was 6, I believe.
6.
Yeah, 1 for every character adept and 1 extra additional one for every character.
Wow.
Yeah, they were done quite quickly.
And you have also been streaming extra DVD this week?
I've done a few additional Dead by Daylight streams on the end of other streams and things, yeah.
Somebody is addicted.
We do have some comments from our listeners, which I always like to start with. We've got our question last week was, who do you get excited when you come up against them as a survivor? And who do you like playing as? Ben, a new commenter, says that they enjoy coming up against Blight, Unknown, and Vecna because they are fun to loop. And they enjoy running around the Blight while he's in ability. I also like that. It's really fun when he's bouncing off the walls but failing to hit you. They say that they respect a good Blight because he's difficult to get the hang of. Unknown, I like his ability, and I really enjoy playing him, so that's the main reason I enjoy coming against him. And Vecna, and I'm guessing this is the other Vecna, not the brand new
The
Vecna.
old one.
Vecna because of his abilities, and that was, yeah, and they mentioned that they like the podcast and all of that as well, which is lovely to hear.
Well, can we just do a shout out to Ben or Benjamin, because he has made the nicest comments about our podcast at your streams.
Yeah, he
So
did.
thank you,
He said some
Benjamin.
nice thing. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you. And thank you everyone who leaves nice comments. I often get them coming into the stream on the day of release and saying nice things. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for your 5 stars on Spotify as well.
Yes. It's amazing. We've gotten so many new followers this week.
Yeah.
Which was my non-question last week.
We also had a comment from Drunk David who says that Houndmaster is his favourite to go against. She's my favourite killer to play as, and she's really fun to play against. And her chase music is top tier, which is true. She has banging chase music. All of the recent killers seem to have really good chase music, although a little bit full on. Like they're very kind of...
Yeah, it has a good beat, and it's loud, and it's...
Yeah.
Fuck Hatch music.
Yeah. You can't find Hatch while listening to that music.
I have never heard of anybody who likes being up against the Houndmaster.
Oh, I see a few people. They like the dog. And they're a kind of interesting killer to loop against because of the dog. Again, you can get the dog to kind of run past you. You can
Gotcha.
lose line of sight. And it's another one of these killers that when somebody's mastered them and they're good at them, you can kind of respect that.
Yeah.
And we also have a comment from Isaac, who said that they love to go against the first, which is the brand new character, because it's fun to loop while dodging his attacks. I'm unsure about that, because we've had some good games against the first, and we've had some really,
We
really rough
have.
games. Really rough games. We actually played a game just before we came on to record tonight, and we smashed the first. We had the first, and we actually absolutely smashed them.
But I think within the next 2-3 weeks, we would see players who are perfect at playing the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People will get real good at him. So we have some more developments this week. We have a brand new tome going alongside the Stranger Things release, and it's all 1980s themed. Have you seen this?
I love it so much.
I love it too. There are so many quirky fits in there.
And some of the outfits just screams what your parents were wearing in the 80s, right?
Yeah, my parents were definitely around in the 80s wearing that sort of stuff.
My parents were young in the 80s, so they did wear stuff like that.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's a really, really cool. There's some awesome killer fits in there. There's some cool survivor fits in there. Nothing for Ace, unfortunately, but he can't be in every tome. I understand that.
I love the outfit for Hillbilly.
Yes, me too.
That is so cool. Like the rock musician. Rah.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
it's amazing.
We also have some things happening this month. We have the last part of the Grimoire on the Discord at the moment. Have you voted on the Grimoire at all? Have you been involved or
No, I have
seen
read
any of
about
this?
it. I have read comments about it, but I haven't voted.
Yeah, I voted the very first
Yeah,
part, and then I kind of got a bit lost with it all. I didn't really know where it was going.
yeah.
But it's been quite controversial this week. There's a few survivors on there that people have rallied for and against.
Mm,
Um, and my thoughts are, get over yourself. It's just a digital character in a game, and
yeah.
it might not be for you, but it's for lots of other people. It's a public vote.
Mm. Have they announced who won which
N-
character?
No, I think that's on the 19th of this month, so a couple
Okay.
of weeks' time.
Mm.
Um,
Because that would be very interesting because of course I thought the elderly looking woman would be awesome just to like have a more diverse age
mhm,
range
yeah,
of the survivors, so it's not all late teenagers,
yeah,
except for Ace, of course. But but I still didn't vote, and somehow
yeah.
I feel like I'm more entitled to disagree if I haven't voted. I'm not. I'm
So
not. I should have voted.
we will find out later this month, I think.
Yes.
Also later this month, in fact, next week is 2 versus 8 is back on February the 10th.
Hooray! Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited. My main reason for getting excited for 2 versus 8 is we can get lots of pals together, and we often get a few new people into Dead by Daylight for 2 versus 8, which is the best part.
Yeah.
Getting new people involved in the game. And I get to play with my pals, and I get to play on other people's streams more with 2 versus 8. It's just a good time.
Do you know what I'm excited for?
Chucky.
No. Well, I'm excited for the combination of Chucky and Oni together as killers.
Oh, that'll be cute. That will be cute.
That's what excites me about 2 versus 8. And then, of course, we normally dress up as Dwight when we play as a
Yeah,
group.
we do. We do.
And we have so many bad, bad puns about Dwight up, or especially if we're 7 and we try to get the last person in the lobby to Dwight in, or
Yeah.
Dwight. Yeah. But I'm excited.
So much fun. So much fun. I am also excited. And the other thing this month, it's a very busy month, is the PTB at the end of the month on the 24th, which will reveal more things to us. Another test build. I have no idea what it contains, but it's another date in my calendar, the PTB.
That's my dad's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Lemon Dad. Have a PTB as a
It's a
gift.
few weeks off.
But the Stranger Things update has caused a major, major rift in the community. It's almost tore the community apart, more so than the grimoire. Do you know why, Lemon?
The scream.
Steve's scream has gone.
How do you feel about that?
I am not bothered. I was never a fan of the Steve goal. If it had been a few people doing it, fine. It just seemed like every time you loaded up the Scoops Ahoy Steve, he was going to be screaming all game. And yeah, it started to get a bit tiresome for me, to be honest. But I know people are very, very upset about it. And we've decided to put together a kind of mini episode talking about it. So in between this episode and next week's episode, there will be a mini episode on Spotify. It'll just appear on your stream, and I think people will enjoy that. Well, this week, it's not just about moving fast, it's about moving well. It's Nea Karlsson.
Yes. This week we will go to Sweden. Because Nia is from a tiny town in the south of Sweden called Hjöj. And she lived in Hjöj with both her parents. And Nia had a very happy childhood, even though both her parents worked really hard. But because of their hard work, they got the opportunity to move to the US. And I have made a few side notes this week because as Nia is from Sweden, there is something that hits home with me. So I feel like the opportunity to move to US tells me that this must be in the late 90s, maybe early zeros, but it's definitely not within the last 20 years. It was hard for Nia as she has to leave her friends and her whole life behind her. When Nia was 16 years old and now living in the US, she started to rebel against her parents. She was dyeing her hair black and cutting it just the way she liked it. And her parents had been aware that from Nia's early teens, that she was a bit different. Like she was missing that piece that made everyone else normal. In Nia's new hometown, she started to spend a lot of time at the skate park, and everywhere you could see her tag. Her, is it called the spray paint tag?
Yeah, graffiti tag.
Graffiti tag. And I'm not sure if I pronounced this correctly, but mastix? Mastix?
Yeah, Mashtix. Mashtyx.
Which also can be seen at one of her perks. But more about that later. She even made it into kind of a sport to tag government buildings. One day, Nia was trying to find her friend Casey, and she can't find her in the skate park or where they normally hang out. So they go to Casey's home, and her mother tells Nia that Casey is in the Narrows, where she hands out water for an organization called Life Drop. Nea had read about the Narrows, which is the poorest and most polluted district in Falls City. And Nea was wondering if it was because it was the poorest that it also was the most polluted, as they can't afford lawyers to fight the corrupt politicians or companies. Nea knows that as long as there is money to be made, someone will keep poisoning the world. Nea used to care, but then there was too much to care about. And so she decided it was easier not to care anymore. And this is where I have a small Swedish side note. And this side note is about Greta Thunberg. I'm not sure how you say it in English. We say Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg is what we would only say.
Because she's also a young female from Sweden that cares about the environment. But Nea was released on August 18 to 2016. And Greta did not start her school demonstrations until the summer of 2018. So Nea's just a few steps ahead of Greta. Just want to put it out there. Nea goes to the Narrows to find Casey. She finds her with a group of middle-aged women. And Nea, who thinks she is cool, asks Casey what she's doing with all those moms. Casey turns to Nea and says anything we can to help. Nea laughs and tells Casey, let's go to the park. But Casey explains to Nea that she can't, and that this is more important. Nea keeps watching Casey for a bit while she's handing water to a woman, asking how many children she has. People are asking if it's safe to shower, do laundry with bad water. Parents are crying that the water is killing their children and that they need a place to get them treated. Nea keeps listening. She has never really thought about water before, but now it is all she can think about. She hears someone talking about Minamata's disease and that it is the worst case in the US ever. Nea asks Casey what Minamata is, and Casey tells her that it is what happens when someone gets poisoned with mercury. Nea tells Casey that they can't save the world, and a few cases of water won't make a difference. Casey disagrees with Nea. Tell her that she knows that they can't save the world, but she will do anything to just make it a little bit better. Nea goes home and starts to research Minamata disease, but she keeps hearing Casey's words in her head. And this is where we will have a Japanese side note. So, Minamata is a city in the south of Japan. And from 1932 to 1968, a chemical company discharged waste containing mercury from their plant in Minamata. Mercury contained the Minamata Bay and was accumulated in fish and other sea animals, which were then consumed by the local populations. So a lot of people in that area was affected, and especially pregnant women and their fetuses. So, back to Nea. At school, Nea asked Casey to look at a picture of a tag she had made on an abandoned factory. But Casey has no time. She tells Nea that she is only thinking about herself. Nobody cares about Nea's tags on an old wall. She tells Nea that she should do something with her art instead of just playing around. Nea can't stop thinking about the children dying, that they are suffering, and nobody is doing anything. She wants to get involved, just like Casey, really involved. Nea goes to the factory. It's a bottling factory that makes glass and plastic bottles for fresh water. And then they dump the toxic waste in the river. She makes a tag on the building, up high where she thinks the factory will get really annoyed with her. But Casey is not impressed. She tells Nea that it's not a big deal, that Nea just got her name out there, but the name doesn't stand for anything. There is not a message. There is no meaning. Nia is a bit confused because her high school art teacher has taught her that art should not be political. It should entertain and inspire people, but not make a statement. Casey tells Nia she can stand up for something, or stand up for nothing. It's her choice as an artist. Nia's home in bed, thinking about what Casey has said to her. She is looking at a glass of water, and on her dresser, she has a can of spray paint. She decides that she has a message to the people. And screw her art teacher that made her feel insecure about making a statement, using her voice in her art. Nia's so angry at the mayor for letting companies dump toxic waste in the river. So she wants to make the mayor's car into her first work of rebellion. You can't change the world, but you can make it a little bit better. And that is enough for Nea. Then there is a clip shown in the memories of Nea. And here you see the mayor having food at a restaurant. Outside the window, you see his car and Nea on the side. So on the driver's side, she writes "Water is life" and her tag. It's raining outside, but the mayor sees her and decides to chase her down a small road. His car has an accident and rolls around and ends upside down. Nia looks into the car. The mayor is still alive, but he's hurt. Then she hears the police in the distance and disappear. Nia has the ability to move without a sound. And she is nimble and almost cat-like, which I guess is what we would call she's really, really sneaky. So sneaky?
Sneaky and kind of athletic. Cat-like means jumping and
so sneaky.
moving around, yeah.
After years on skateboard, she's also kind of an expert of a quick escape. So that is what the tome and the in-game bio says. And I'm not sure where I have read this, to be honest, but it is said that Nia was dared by some friends to go make her tag on an old abandoned building, an old asylum. The asylum where our nurse from last week used to work. So Nia takes the dare, goes make her tag, and she has not been seen since.
Oh. And I've read a theory about that online. A fan theory. We love a fan theory.
We do.
I'll talk about it when we get to that perk.
So last week we learned that the nurse was in an ambulance that crashed in the woods.
Mm.
I love Nia as our first character. not getting lost in a rural area or in a wood. So
Nea is also our first European survivor.
that is true. Too bad it was Sweden. No, only jokes. Maybe I should have started by saying that Denmark and Sweden are like siblings. We hate each other. Sweden knows we hate them. We know Sweden hates us. But if anybody, even you, Dogbomb, says anything evil about Sweden, I will defend them with my life. But yeah, we have a sibling relationships, and yeah, it's rough.
I will try not to say anything bad about Sweden then, as I talk about Nea's perks. So, Nea Karlsson, as you mentioned in the lore there, is good on the skateboard and cat-like. And so she's associated with stealthy movement, confident movement. It's not really about speed. With Nea, we've already got a speedy character. It's not really about supporting the team. It's more about controlling the pace of the game. Her perks are about positioning, they're about tempo, and they're about controlling how visible you are as a survivor. Her perks are, in alphabetical order, balanced landing. Balanced landing, after you fall from a height, you benefit from the following. You do not stagger when you drop. Your stagger is reduced by 75%. So there's less of a pause after you've dropped from a height. It suppresses all noises when you drop from a height, and it gives you a 50% haste for 3 seconds after you've landed. It gives you exhausted for 40 seconds, but that does often get you away from a chase. Anything that is 4 meters or higher is considered a great height. So that is any second floor of a building is obviously a great height. Dropping through the floor on any of the multi-story maps is a great height. The hills on the map are a great height. Partway up the hills can be, but it all depends on where you are. And if you drop from the very top of the steps of basement into basement, that's considered a great height. But not always if you're like halfway down the steps. So yeah, it's 4 meters or more. That's what's considered a great height. That's what triggers balanced landing, and some of the achievements are linked to that, and some of the tomes are linked to that as well. Falling from a great height. Balanced landing is one of the strongest exhaustion perks. Maybe more so than Lithe, and maybe more so than Sprint Burst. On very, very specific maps. Because dropping from a height affects both killers and survivors. And if you can get away after you've dropped, you are quite powerful with that. However, there are some maps which just don't have any great heights, or they have like 1 or 2 great heights on there. There's a lot of very flat maps. So you can take this perk in and be absolutely useful with it. It works great on stuff like the game, which is the Saw the Pigs map, where you've got lots of holes you can drop through. It works great on the schools, both schools, both the school and the kindergarten. But there are maps where there is literally 1 building that you can maybe drop out of, or 0. Her second perk is Streetwise. Streetwise is relatively new change to Streetwise, and it's any items with charges that you get from chests have 80% more charges permanently. Whenever your item is depleted for the first time, you have a secondary effect, and that is that you can see the aura of the killer for 8 seconds. As I say, this has changed recently. It used to be very different. The old Streetwise and the kind of Streetwise that I got used to was that your efficiency of items was stronger and it helped all of the other people in your team. Doesn't do that anymore. It's all just for you. Um, Now with the new Streetwise, and when it first got released in the PTB, it was bugged to heck. It has been reworked, but people worked out a way of putting something back in the chest and taking it out again multiple times, and you could basically do unlimited charges on items. Um, and it would stack with other Streetwise people who had it as well. So yeah, it was pretty ridiculous, and they have fixed it. Streetwise is also the perk that we've already mentioned. It's the one which has a graffiti tag in it, and the icon reads Mash Sticks, Mashtyx, which is Nea's tag, which leads us to the fan theory. I feel like we need some sort of jingle. Fan theory. The fan theory is that Nia burned down the asylum because she has the a tag that reads mash sticks or match sticks, and the asylum was burned down, possibly multiple times. People are saying that she burned down the asylum. That's all I'm saying. That's what
I
people.
don't think she did.
That's what the people are saying, Lemon. How dare
Um,
you argue with the people?
I don't think she's out to destroy anything unless it has a point for her cause of doing good, like tagging and riding on the mayor's car. It has a purpose. And but there's one thing that makes me about that perk.
Mhm.
That is the name, Streetwise. Because I feel like people who are streetwise have been living in a larger city for a
Mhm.
long time.
Mhm.
Um, Nia moved with her parents to the US, and they moved from a tiny, tiny town, Hjöi, south of in the south of Sweden, so more south than Stockholm. It's like same level as Göteborg, but there was living like what 2,000 people. I feel like that is not a place where you get streetwise
I think it's more to do with her
personality.
personality, and also there's the whole punk ideals
Yeah,
and ethics
I
and
just feel like
things.
streetwise is people that grew up on or around the streets. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
But the perk, it can give you good value in teams that are running lots of items. It extends the use of the items, and it can be strong in a coordinated group if you have a player who is getting the items out of the box and sharing with the other players, etc. It can be a good perk. A third perk is Urban Evasion. Um, this one it increases your movement speed while you are crouched by 100%. So you are suddenly super quick while crouched, um, which is wild. It's such a strange perk to me. It is such a strange perk. Um, it's good for like repositioning around the map, um, and evading chases around big tiles and things. But again, a little bit like Sprint Burst, I see this misused so much. People who crouch and kind of shuffle around the map like a dirty dog. They're just kind of
Wow.
on their bottoms, scratching around the map. Yeah, I have used it, and it does help, but yeah, and I probably misuse it as well, but I have seen it misused quite a lot. Do you use any of Nia's perks? Have you used any of Nia's perks?
No, only when we play, the shuffled, chaos thingy.
Yeah.
But no. I'm always surprised when I get urban evasion and I move super fast,
Mm.
crouched.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, I don't really use any of them. Do you?
No, I have switched in and out balanced landing before with other like live. I'll often just try a balanced landing game, and then we'll get a bad map, and I'll curse the fact
Mm,
that I put balanced landing on. And urban evasion again, I've put on for sneaky builds,
yeah.
um, but I just don't find that much value in it, in crouching and moving quickly.
Well, it
I
sometimes get you out of a chase, but again, it's not.
Yeah. But it relies on you losing line of sight and then crouching, and it's just there's a bit too much upkeep for me. I'd rather just jump over a vault and get away quicker, or
Yeah.
drop down from a height and get away quicker. But there are some things you could try if you are wanting to try some of Nea's perks. If you want to do a little bit of chase control, you might want to try balanced landing alongside windows of opportunity, resilience, and adrenaline. Uh, See if you can do some confident looping with that. Or if you want to try a little bit of a stealth play, maybe urban evasion alongside lightweight, iron will, sprint burst, stay low visibility and minimize your chases. Or if you want to have a whole build around items, that is definitely a thing you could do. Streetwise would work well with something like Build to Last. Prove thyself to get some long lasting items and make your team super efficient. I think that would work if you had a good swoof. Um, she is relatively beginner friendly, her perks wise. Things like balanced landing and um, urban evasion kind of just work. So they're not specialized. They are specialized in the sense of being able to use them properly, but they do just work. You don't need to do too much thinking. And it does lend itself to kind of chase heavy builds. The perks are quite powerful, I think, in the right hands, but they are tricky to master properly. I think you've just got to time your chases and your crouches and your drops just right. They're a little bit trickier than some of the other chase perks, I think. Do you have any personal experiences with Neas? Do you know any Nia mains?
I don't. Thank God she's Swedish. That would be a weird thing to no. But I will tonight after we are done recording. I will try and get Nia Adept. Now I know more about her perks.
Oh,
So
good
hopefully
luck.
I can do that.
Well, I think I'll be playing with you, so I will remember that and try not to sandbag you.
Thank you.
And so on to our creator recommendation this week. I did take part in Loops Ahoy 10. Thank you to Shidehawk for allowing me to be part of that. I came a valiant fourth place out of five, which I'm honestly pleased about. And the main thing is we raised over £850 for gendered intelligence. It was an incredible experience. It was so great to play with those guys, and we had such a laugh, such a laugh. The Survivor chat was so funny, um, and I hope that the people watching it enjoyed it as well. And they seem to because they did donate a nice chunk of money. But it did have a winner, and that is this week's creator recommendation. Um, the winner overall was Jiggle Death. So first of all, congratulations to Jiggle Death. You were amazing, and you can find Jiggle Death over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Jiggle Death. Again, we'll put all of these links in the show notes so you can go and check out Jiggle Death for yourself and find out why they're so amazing. Um, they are absolutely cracked at playing almost every killer They were incredible with loops. They were the person who I just couldn't find when I was playing Killer. I remember playing my artist game and seeing everybody on 2 hooks except Jiggle, who was on 0 at the time. And they surprised everyone because they are known for playing Huntress. They are absolutely incredible at Huntress. It's wild to watch, and they didn't play Huntress for their chosen killer game. They played a demagoguing game and absolutely confused the living shit out of everyone. So yes, congratulations, Jiggle Death. Everybody, go and check out Jiggle Death. Are you aware of Jiggle Death?
No, I wasn't. Not until I watched the Loops Ahoy.
Yeah,
But they did play amazing, so I'm definitely one of those people that needs to go check out Jiggle Death.
yeah, you do. Everybody does. So who is next week's character, Lemon?
Next week is a big one, and I'm actually a bit scared
Oh,
because it's Michael.
Michael.
It's Michael. It's the
Michael.
Halloween chapter.
Michael Myers.
Yes.
And what a
So,
time to talk about Michael. As he's just left the game,
yeah.
what a time to talk about Michael.
So that is next week. Everybody's Michael.
Wow. I'm excited to talk about Michael, especially his perks and especially his changes. Michael's changed a lot since his initial release. It'll be interesting to talk about that, and it'll be interesting to find out people's feelings on that. But that is not this week's question. This week's question from me is, did you vote on the grimoire? If you did, let us know what you chose and why you chose it. And the wider question is to everyone, whether you voted or not, do you like this way of picking original characters in the game? Or do you think it divides the community? I'm just interested to know whether you like to have the power of choice. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Leave whatever comments you wish about the show, and we will read and respond to all of them. Lemon, did you have a question?
Yes, my question this week is, have you ever been to Sweden? I'm curious how many people have been to our neighborland here.
I have not. I have not. It's somewhere I do want to go. I want to visit. I want to visit everywhere, essentially. But yes, I do want to go over to the Nordic lands and visit yourself and visit our Swedish friends and our Norwegian friends.
Yeah. Jävla svenska.
As a reminder, we do have a website that is at beyondcampfire.com, and you can find all links to all of the podcast platforms, all the socials there. But while we wait to listen to our traveling friends, remember, play safe out there and don't get hooked.